Hi, good afternoon. Just in terms of the conference today, Brendan will speak first, followed by Austin Trusty. Okay, thank you. Sky, please.
Brendan, tomorrow night, Bayern Munich coming here for Celtic's first knockout match in the Champions League in 12 years. Just how much are you looking forward to the occasion?
Yeah, we're very excited by it. It's a great challenge and a great test for us against a top side. So, yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Some big news last night that you're going to have Dyson Maeda back for this one as well. Just give us your reaction to that.
Well, it's such a great bit of news that we got, obviously, late last night and or early evening it was, sorry. So, no, he's an extraordinary player. I think how he's been this year for us in not just in goals, but what his value gives to the team in terms of his pressing and his honesty to the game. So to have that mentality and that ability available was it was a big surprise for us, but a nice surprise.
Brendan, on him, we see what he does on the pitch. What's he like as a guy? What's he like? I don't know, around the training pitch. Is there an edge to him? What's he like, Dyson Maeda?
Well, like most footballers, they're good people, and as a guy, he's super professional. He's in every day, does his work, does all the right things to prepare himself to be a top professional. He trains as he plays, so he's very intense and gives everything in his training. And obviously, he then takes that personality onto the field. So he's been an absolute joy to work with, and just seeing him develop and grow over the course of the season. I think his ability, his finishing, but add to that, like I say, the work rate and intensity. He's a really, really pivotal player for us.
And on that point about development, you're a development coach. You like to bring players on. What is it in particular that's pleased you about him, and what have you been saying to him to raise his game? Because it looks like he's playing his best football.
No, I think it's just maturity, isn't it? He's getting, he's obviously improving as a player with experiences and obviously comfort in how we work and how we play. But I go back, I think he scored goals before he came into Celtic. Obviously, Ange brings him in, having worked with him in Japan, so he knows his qualities, he knows everything in his game. And as I said, he was a goal scorer over there, and he's come to here. And it may have taken a little bit of time to get used to the Scottish game and the British game, but you see now he's right in flow. He understands the physicality of the game in these parts of the world, and the physicality at the highest level in European football. So he's well suited to that, and now he's really getting in consistently into positions. And I think what you have with him, I think his conversion rate now is probably something that's improved. I think he's probably always had chances. Now he's been there, but now he arrives with confidence to score, and now his technique and his finishing is top level. The coaches do a brilliant job with him, and in terms of the work, and I try to inspire him and manage him and point out little things within his game. But no, he himself is a learner, and he's learning very well.
And on the wider game tomorrow, how much of a gauge is this of the progress that you've made? You're there on merit. Bayern is going to be arguably your biggest test this season. How much of a test is that, and a gauge of all the progress that you've made at this level in Europe?
I don't think it's a gauge. I think we've already shown progress this season before we kick a ball tomorrow night. I've been really pleased with that side of it. I think over the course of the 8 games, we played Borussia Dortmund, top team, Atalanta, top team, Red Bull Leipzig, who come into the tournament as one of the leading teams. So we've proven in this sort of first season that there's elements to our game that is making progress. But of course, we were in it for the purpose, and the purpose was to get to this stage, past the 8 games. So now we play probably one of the teams that will see themselves as favourites for the competition. Got wonderful talent. Vincent's gone in there and done a really, really good job with some top young players and some really experienced players. And but I can't wait for that, because that's what you look forward to as a coach. And I know we are all as a team looking to test ourselves and measure ourselves against an absolutely brilliant team.
Brendan, we all know it's been a long time coming for Celtic to play these knockout European ties. How excited are you to see the atmosphere here tomorrow night, and how big a sense of pride will you have leading your team out here against one of the teams, as you say, a team that in this competition to win it? How much pride will you have walking your team out?
Yeah, well, Bayern Munich are one of the one of the giants of the European game. They really are football royalty in terms of what they've achieved over many, many years at this level. So for us to be in a position where we can challenge them is it's a great marker for us. But like I said, I know with our game, we mix up the basics of our game, all our running power and physicality, which is something that we've really improved on at this level. I think that's been, when I look back to 23, 24, that's been a big part of our learning, bringing the physicality to the game and improving in that aspect of it. And I think if we can do that, and with the energy and the support behind us, then anything is possible in the game. So I think what is important for us, that we're very much alive in the tie going over to Germany. I think that would be the key message for us. But we want to go and perform, and we're not frightened to lose. That's not what this is about. This is about going and performing, and if we can perform well, like we've shown in this competition, especially at home, hopefully we can get what we deserve.
Just on that, how important is it to your players that they're not necessarily going out there just to be alive? In 7 days' time, they're going out there to try and win the game, take the game to Bayern Munich here at home.
That's virtually what I said. Yeah, we're here
that is
to
the
win,
message,
of course.
though. Yeah.
Brendan, Callum McGregor said the other day that he thinks you have to win the first leg to have any chance of getting through. Do you go along with that, or do you think maybe it could be tighter than that?
You don't have to, but you want to. I think that would be the message. I think obviously we know going over to Germany, and second leg is always the challenge, being away from home. But I think we would want to. I think that's our mindset. We're going into the game looking to win the game, to see if we can take an advantage across next week.
Can I ask you about Harry Kane? How much you rate him as a player? You've come up against him before. He's top level, obviously.
Oh, he's absolutely brilliant. I've obviously known Harry for a long time and come across him many times. And Harry's actually one of them ones that, until you sort of stood on the side of the pitch and you face him, you actually only really, really then see his level. I know as a young player, he came through the system at Tottenham. Wasn't easy for him at the beginning. He had lots of loans, getting out to clubs didn't quite work out, and then he was given the opportunity by Tim Sherwood at Tottenham, and from that, Tim had belief in him, had worked with him as a young player, and then once you get into the team, his development has just increased from that. And you look at him now; he's a world-class player. Goals, but he's changed his game a wee bit as well in the last numbers of years, where he's on the move more, dropping short. You see his passing, you see his abilities, but he's also tough. He's a tough boy as well, Harry. So no, I can't speak highly enough of him. I think he was absolutely brilliant at Tottenham. Showed the same for England, and gone out to Bayern, and you just need to look at his goals record. So no, a fantastic player and a good guy.
When you're that familiar with somebody, Brendan, and Casper's played against him a lot as well, is there any help? Does that help at all when you're up against these kind of elite players and try and cope with them and contain them?
Well, I always think with top players is that it is difficult. You look tactically to find ways, and that's the beauty of the game. You're trying to nullify their strengths. But I sometimes think with the very, very best players, you want to deny them space, but they'll always find space. And that's my experience of working at a level where those world-class players will find the space. So